Let's talk about Calm Down, right?
Yeah.
So, how did that happen in the studio? Was it like
Bro,
the same feeling?
it's divine.
Yeah.
That was divine
inspiration
for Calm Down. I can remember that day I sat down and I just started messing around with the sounds. And I got that like guitar loop. So it was when I increased the tempo that the Afro idea just came. It was like, okay, make I just like, so I put the drums on it, but that bass line came, the sound had already come from Feeling. It's the same sound I used in Feeling. Probably had that beat for close to like 4 or 5 months before I played it for Rema.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and when Rema heard it, he just like clicked
immediately. So our guest today is the son of the legendary performer and songwriter Sir Victor Uwaifo. He currently has global hits out of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Andre Vibez.
Okay.
My G, what's good now?
And I'm fine.
Yeah, man.
I'm fine.
My G. So yeah, like you were saying the other time, you were like, it's been a while, like since you've been on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So, but before we go into all that, let's just know who is Andre Vibez? Who's Andre Vibez?
Andre Vibez. I mean, everybody already knows Andre Vibez is the producer, right? But for me, I see Andre Vibez as a vision. Yes, it's like when I came up with the name Andre Vibez, I needed something that would just like encompass everything, like the vibe I want to give out to people, just that personality and everything. So it's like a vision that I have, and I'm using music as a means, as a medium to
communicate.
To communicate, yeah.
Nice. So what's your original name? Because it's very important. The dynasty, the legacy.
My name is Alexandre O.
You guys hear that? Yeah. Alexandre O.
Yes.
You know where this is going, right? Yeah. So tell us about the family. Yeah.
My father is Sir Victor Uwaifo.
The legendary
Sir Victor Uwaifo, musician, multi-instrumentalist, composer, artist, fine artist. It's just he was a genius. He was everything. So I mean, I was born into like a family of musicians, and I feel obviously that's like my first contact to music entertainment.
Yeah. Definitely.
I grew up pretty decent.
Right.
I grew up like a normal child.
Yeah.
Had fun, played around with my friends. I had friends that would come over or in school or stuff. It was pretty normal for me as a child till I was a teenager. I mean, even till now it's still normal, but when I became a teenager, 13, 14, I started to discover myself more. I started to know that there were
more to you,
me, and I had my own path set out for me. And
so are you an only child?
No.
Okay.
No, I have two younger ones.
Yeah. Are they in the music business as well? Are they doing music like you?
My brother, he's the last. Everybody's, I think most of us in the family, because I have older siblings too, like I have siblings.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody's pretty much talented. Yeah, but my younger brother now is a video director.
Okay.
Yeah, as a video director. So he works with Alien.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Alien? Where's the company at?
In Lagos.
In Lagos.
Yeah, it's in Lagos.
Oh, mad.
It's in Lagos.
So wait, where are you from?
I'm from Edo State.
Benin. State. Okay, my Edo people. All right. I would probe to ask more about what part of Benin, but you see, as an Edo boy that was born in Lagos, I have no clue. But where are you from in Benin?
Oredo. So my local government is Oredo.
Yeah.
That's like the main,
Yeah.
part of Benin. It's just Oredo, Benin City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so you used to be a keyboardist for the legendary Sir Victor Uwaifo. What was rehearsals like? What was performance like with the legend?
It was intense, and you had to be like, there was a lot of discipline. First of all, my dad was a very disciplined person, then he was very meticulous with, the work, like the music. He knew everything, because first of all, he's the one, like, he's in control.
Yeah.
So he knew exactly.
He's the brain
Yeah, the
behind.
brain.
Yeah.
So he tells you, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. But the one thing I learned, I took from all of that was discipline.
Yeah. Yeah.
How disciplined he was when it comes to like the music rehearsals and just, in fact, everything in general with him. If he had to be somewhere at a particular time, he'll be there at that time.
No African
time with my dad. At that time, like, he will be there or earlier. And
so before you continue, not to disrupt your flow, the reason why I repeated no African time, because something happened today, right? But let's go on, don't worry.
Yeah. So he would, even rehearsals, he would be there like on time.
Yeah.
And we have to be there before him.
Okay.
We have to be there before him. And there was no preferential treatment for me or anybody.
Yeah, like no special song.
Nothing. Even when we used to go on tour, like on the road.
That's serious.
Like, I would sit with the band, and when they book our rooms or hotels, I would stay with them. If we go find food to chop or anything, like, I would walk with them and move. It was just, that was it for me. So I never felt special.
Yeah.
So that need for me to feel special, I didn't have it, and I still carry that till today. I don't care. I just, even if I know I've done something very mad or great, like, I just try to stay, remain humble and not, show off too much.
Interesting. So how did you become a producer? When did that switch happen? Was it your dad that made you become a producer, or was it a song that triggered the whole thing?
It's a series of different things. I would say, because recently I think I was talking to my younger brother, and I just had like flash of memory, and I told him, I was like, do you know I actually started production earlier than when I actually said I started production?
For real?
Yeah, because I would trace it as far back as 99, 2000. But I mean, it's not like I was making beats on like any DAW like system, but I was already like programming beats on like my keyboard. The sample drums in the piano.
I don't know what you're talking about. I started an era after you guys. Like, nah.
I mean, you see those keyboards like the Yamaha, Casio.
Of course.
You have like all those
the loops and everything.
And
definitely.
the song, this thing, and then the drums. So I would select drums, and then I would sometimes can combine like two together, and then I'll play on it. So the options like play, you could play like bass line. So you had like spaces where you could play up to like at least 5 instruments.
Yeah.
So I'll put like the bass line, put like the chords or whatever, and then just get
sequence
something.
them, like,
sequence it, and then I have it, and then some of those keyboards had like diskettes, floppy disk.
That's
so
true.
you save,
man.
You save all those things in there.
Floppy disk.
Yeah.
When last did I hear about floppy disk, bro?
Bro, you save those things in there. So I know that even when I started making like music proper, making beats proper, there were still guys that used to make beats like that. And then when they make it, they would take the floppy disk and take it to a proper studio, and then they would offload all of that. But I didn't do that. But like, I used to make beats, and then I'll just play it for my own listening pleasure and enjoy it. I just knew that I like this thing. But production officially started for me. So I started producing 2005 October.
Okay.
Yeah. But as at early 2005, I'd already made up my mind that I wanted to somehow make beats, become a producer.
Yeah.
For my own
Self.
self.
Okay. Yeah.
So I finished I was done secondary school as a July 2005, or maybe August, early August. And I remember I spoke to my dad. I already had like a plan of things. Like I used to write all my ideas down. So I had like, all the things I wanted to achieve in my life in, this, what they call those books, those long notes that we used to use in secondary school. No, not even jotters, like the note.
Okay. AirPods lah. Yeah, I know the name. It's just there. It's just there. But I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
So,
I get.
So
what you're saying,
I wrote all my plans there. So I remember I went to meet my dad in his room.
Higher
one day.
education.
Higher education.
Yes.
So I went to meet him. I was talking to him. I was like, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I was just telling him everything. And in my mind, it would be so easy to just do this. Or just carry me, give me money or something. And I was looking at me. I was like, okay, they all look nice, but this one seems more realistic for you to achieve, like this studio music. So I was looking at him, was like, okay, he would call somebody and I would learn production. So he called his engineer and just spoke to him and told him that I'll come meet him at the studio. And so when I started production, I actually started learning production. I didn't even start with digital production, it was live.
So it was like analog
production. Yes. What? Yes. And because my dad was all about analog, or more, you must learn.
Abba.
See, if you want to do music,
from
you
that
must
era,
know.
Abba, yes, now.
So it was analog production. I wasn't really enjoying it at that time because I was still young. I was young. I was like 16. Around 16 or so. And it was just like, and then these analog guys, it's live band, and the kind of music, the kind of music they were making too at the time was like this Yoruba music, or you have those musicians doing like juju music or Fuji or whatever. So those were the songs I used to, like I was always present in the studio, like doing those songs, and they only do it at night. Because night sessions, most of these guys, they would travel down from wherever they are, and they would travel down and come, and then I'll be in the studio. So when I first started, my work in the studio was just to watch and learn and see how, observe. Yeah. And then I also used to, there this stuff that we call cue cards. So you have like cards cut out like in square shapes, and then you write numbers on it. So we had numbered up to like, I think 30, 1 to 30. So for every time, because I was behind the board, so for every time, when they're recording, right? Because they will rehearse first, and when they're recording, so these their songs used to last up to like 15-20 minutes one song. So every time when they record, right, because they can't tell when it's 1 minute or 2 minutes, so I just when it's 1 minute, because I can see the system, I just cue them 1, 2, 3 like that. So if they plan to record a song for like 10 minutes, by 8 minutes, they know they have to start rounding up, right? And so that's what I was doing. But every time I would just be in the studio, like almost, because the guy always had work, the engineer always had work. So it's like at least in a week, I would be out for like at least 4 times.
Man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was messing with my flow, messing with my vibe. I couldn't hang out with my friends because I'm out in the night. During the day, I'm sleeping, and then when I'm awake, I'm trying to write my own songs.
Wow. I mean, but that's a sacrifice that we actually have to pay for things to happen. Man, how did your siblings, Momsy, take when you started taking music like seriously as a producer? What was the reaction?
There was no reaction. I can't remember any time say, oh, you have to slow down or cool down, because it was normal. It was a normal thing in the house. My father, every time, he's always working. He's always on the road performing or rehearsing or in studio or doing something. So it was just normal. It was natural.
Makes sense.
It was natural. So there was no time that my mom was even very supportive.
Wow. Man,
More
that's
supportive
amazing.
of me than my dad.
Of course, it's dad. You know, African dad.
Yeah.
Abba.
My dad
They
was-
always
was
put the
difficult.
front. Yeah,
It was,
exactly. Yeah, man. I've been wondering, like, I noticed you don't use tags. Why though?
I do.
You have a
I
tag.
have my tag, yeah.
Why haven't I heard it?
It's in the beginning of every song.
What's the tag?
Vibes.
Vibes.
That's your tag.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Renard finally messed up. And Revive's tag is vibes. When you hear vibes in front
Just
of
hear
the,
vibes
at the
in the
beginning of the
beginning.
music,
Yeah.
you know what's up. And yeah, vibes, man. I apologize, man.
No, it's cool. I mean, I don't want it to be very noticeable
Yeah.
or obvious.
So yeah, who are the producers like that your inspiration that you admire their work and like because I as a producer I have a list of people I know. Yeah.
So when I started off, it was Timbaland, Pharrell, Scott Storch, Dr. Dre. That child.
Yeah, man. Actually, those are the guys.
Yeah.
Those are actually the guys.
Yeah.
So, but who specifically was the guy for you?
Was Timbaland.
It was Timbaland.
Was Timbaland.
It's always Timbaland.
Yeah.
It's always Timbaland.
Yeah, he's
The
like
guy's mind,
his
like, it's
mind,
crazy.
the beats, and you know the funny thing because
Yeah.
I think I started paying more interest to beats, in my GS2,
Okay.
GSS2, because I had started dancing. I used to like dance. I used to break dance.
Okay.
So and you're dancing, so you're actually listening to the beats,
Yeah.
to move to get like your moves and everything. And I was like, and a lot of the songs that were hot at that time were Timbaland's productions, Missy
yeah.
Elliott.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
some Genuine and the rest. I'm like,
That's
what?
true.
Like, what
Makes
is this
sense.
beat? When you hear like
Makes
Get Your
sense.
Freak On or
Bro,
like Work It, and I'm like,
You are dazed, like you are in a trance. You just stay.
there was this other song, Timbaland and Magoo.
Magoo, yes. Fat Man Scoop.
Yeah, Fat Man Scoop. Bro, that
jam.
song. It's like, what is this
Yeah,
thing?
man.
What is this
Nah,
thing?
nah,
So
nah.
I started to pay attention to like beat details in beats.
Yeah.
And so I didn't start writing songs till my GS3, sometime towards the end of my
Okay.
GS3. But I know when I started writing songs, I already had like beats in my head. Like I had everything playing out for me. And I guess maybe because of my background, I already understood because I would hear how drums sound, I would hear how guitar sounds. So I already have all these things in my head. You register them. So I'm writing a song and I'm making the beats in my head, but I just couldn't make it. Like at that time, like I wasn't already making beats. So I had these beats in my head. So I know that I wasn't making, I know the ideas I had were not even what the kind of music that they were making in Nigeria at the time. Like it was different. I knew what I had in my head was different. So the only person that came close, I was already looking up to, by the time Two Face had dropped his debut, Face to Face, I really was in love with like production.
Yeah.
The OJB was that guy in Nigeria. I was like,
so rest in peace, man.
rest in
Like,
peace.
nah.
So he was that guy. I was like, okay, yes, this is close
Exactly.
to
Quality that you
the
listen
quality I expect. And then there was Cobhams. Yeah,
That's actually true.
there was
Like
Cobhams.
there are times when I actually forget. Then I have to. When I hear the music, I'm like, like,
But I knew about Cobhams in 2005. I actually knew about him in 2005. But I knew, so Cobhams had like a song, Cobhams produced Phase Alone.
what song? is that?
Phase.
Okay, Phase.
Yeah, if
That
you
was
know
Cobhams?
Sam, yeah. That's
For real?
Cobhams. Yeah, he did that song. Cobhams produced I think a song for Maintain. That's Olu Maintain,
Yeah,
Olu
yeah,
and
yeah,
Tolu at that time. And then he produced. There were a couple of songs, but I didn't know the producer. But I knew there was something about the production that was
yeah,
just
exactly.
different. So when I knew about Cobhams was in 2005 when him and Asha paired up and
Did the project.
so
that's
yeah,
true.
when I listened to it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, I know this guy. And then somehow I actually knew about Cobhams even before I knew who Cobhams was, because Cobhams also went to my secondary school. It was like,
Oh.
yeah,
wow.
he left. I
Benin
think
City.
no, not in Lagos.
In
I schooled in
Lagos,
Lagos.
okay, schooled in Lagos,
Yeah, I
yeah.
schooled
Oh, okay.
in King's College, Lagos. So
All the King's College boys. All of them.
so I knew about Cobhams in secondary school. I didn't know he was a music guy or anything. I just knew that he was visually impaired, and he was a very smart person. He was one of the most intelligent guys at the time, right?
Wow.
Because we had this speech and prize giving day, and I just remember that I kept hearing his name. It was one of those guys that kept calling, and he would win something. I was like, okay. So when I now knew it was that guy, and I was like, wait, the same Cobhams, like I know this guy, you know. And then I started paying more attention to his stuff, and I realized he produced Genie's Ego. He produced Dari Atalade's
You're not the girl I used to know, or even before that one, right?
Even before that one, there was Fuji, one song, Fuji. Yes.
Oh, that's true.
See, there a lot of songs like, so his production, I just knew that, okay, this guy is giving me
The vibe.
And then also Don Jazzy was, for me in Nigeria, Don Jazzy was that guy.
Haba.
So when they came out, like him and the band Tongolo, I just like this is exactly. Yeah, because Don Jazzy was giving me Timbaland.
Bro,
in Nigeria.
It. I'm telling you, man.
I was giving me Timbaland in Nigeria.
So on that note, how did your relationship with Mavin start? Like, what was the link up like?
It was my cousin that made that happen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my cousin made that happen. So and this was, I actually met Don Jazzy January 2020.
Okay.
Yes, January 2020. I wanted to meet him. I've always wanted to meet him. I just didn't have, a means, the way to get through to him. But I somehow, my cousin was friends or is friends with him. I found out, or they just became friends as at 2019, sometime in 2019. And I always see how she would post, how he posts with people now, like, so she'll post on IG or story or something, and I'm like, one day I just hit her up. I was like, yo, I like me Don Jazzy. I just want to have like a one-on-one, just learn one or two. And she was like, okay, she would talk to him. And then she spoke to him, and he said, yeah, he would meet me, but he's not ready. His office wasn't ready. So I didn't realize at that time they were doing like the new Mavin, the new studio. So but like his office wasn't ready. In my head, so I was like, I don't need to see you anywhere. I just want, even if it's 30 minutes. I don't want to come. I know they come to me. I wasn't coming to look for or sign me. I didn't even think, I'd never imagined.
You thought about that?
Yeah, it was not in my agenda or anything at all. I was not even thinking of that. So that didn't happen in 2019 because he said he would meet me. He would see me. I was like, okay, cool. I'm the type to disturb. So
Obviously.
I just chilled.
Chill guy.
So I was surprised. Early January, like mid-January, she sent me a message that Jazzy said he's ready to meet me now. I'm like, for real? I was like, okay, I'll go and see him. So I went to see him, and we just talk, friend stuff. I played him when he was ready, and I was like, do I have any? I'm like, yeah, sure, I have some stuff. They are old stuff, because I had not really made music in like 2 years before that time. So like, yeah, I have some stuff. So I played him some of my old stuff and played him some beats too, and he was liking everything. I was loving everything.
Wow.
And then next thing, it's like, what scenario do I see myself? That was the exact question. I'm like, scenario, I don't know. I just want to continue making music. Even if I have access to your artist or anything, I don't mind. I would love that.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, I can come to the studio. I can use the studio space anytime.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Wow.
So they called the studio manager and told him that, oh, this guy can come around and use the space. And that's how I go into Mavin. So I was just there, using their space, trying to connect and
just
figure shit out.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you and Rema and Alpha P, right? There's a relationship there before Mavin, before the Prince, before everything. How was the relationship back then, and how is it now? Is it any different?
Yeah, it's different. I mean, we had worked way back 2014, 2015. At the time, they were just Rema. I think Rema was 13. So some guys had brought them to my studio in
Where?
Benin. In
In Benin, right?
Yes, in
Okay,
Benin.
cool.
Yeah. Because Rema actually stays around my house. Like he's
Okay,
where
not
he grew
far
up.
from
Yeah,
the
just very pretty close. So he came, they brought them, it was Rema and Alpha P. I met them, and we started recording. I recorded, made some songs for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think from the first time when we even recorded, I don't know, I just kind of like felt something special about, them and Rema in particular for me. There was just something, even though they're still like very rough
Yeah,
at
just
that
trying to
time.
figure out what they want
Yeah,
to do.
but I just knew there was something special, but I'd never imagined or like just thought of how big it would be.
So
right
was he
now.
doing this Afrobeat thing then? Or
No,
was
he was rapping.
it was rapping.
He was
Pure
rapping.
rap.
He was rapping, but I think when we met, I tried to make him sing, and he
Yeah.
had started
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to sing.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of like started
okay.
from. But I know the switch really happened later when he joined, when he met the Prince, and because we've also, me and him, we've also talked, and he was telling me how, he had to go on YouTube and started, watch videos and just to learn how to sing and learn how like notes and just stuff.
Yeah, man, that's
So,
crazy.
yeah.
So where did you school your university?
I went back to Benin University of
Uniben,
Benin.
abi?
Yeah, Uniben.
Oh, okay. So what did you study in school?
Fine and applied arts.
Fine and apply that or more.
Yeah.
But it's not far. It's not far, Sha. It's kind
not-
of similar. It's art. It's still art.
it's the same.
I'm
Yeah,
telling you, man.
it's okay.
So with what you know now, would you let your child? I know, like it's kind of like a very, very, very.
I let
easy
my child
question.
do music.
Yeah. Would you let your child do music?
Yeah. If my child, anything my child wants to do, they can do it. I'm just
saying
going
music.
to put
Music.
Yeah, music, yeah. Yes.
So what
Yes,
if your
but
child?
I'm going to let my child know how the industry is, and just prepare his mind
Yeah.
for what he's going to encounter, what he's going to see. And
Yeah.
I mean, if my child wants to do music, I'm there to also guide him,
that makes
right?
sense.
So yeah,
So, but then I noticed you said his. What if
He or her.
It was a
he or
girl.
her, yeah. He or she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. But then a girl child, like I had to be. It was in this my adult period. I started to realize that actually a girl child is not a boy child,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So and then we went for like a girls. I think Trace did with Chocolate City and an initiative with my friend who is the VP of Chocolate City has. And then they started talking about the females that were in the industry that were producers, engineers. Man, it's a whole different thing
Yeah.
for girls, for a girl child. Like, how would you actually navigate that? Have you ever thought about that before? First of all,
Not really, but I know that naturally I've thought about how to, if I had a girl,
Yeah.
how to train that child,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pay attention to like everything around her.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, if I already have that mindset, I feel like if my child also wants to get into music, I know that the way I'm going to like guide her, just be behind her,
Yeah.
will be different from how
you do the guy.
the
Yeah,
guy.
That's true.
Yeah, but the one thing I've always told myself is, if I have kids, I'm going to introduce them to everything from very early, because it is one of the things that also helped me.
Yeah,
I was 7 when my dad got me like a piano tutor.
Wow.
For me and my sister. I took it really serious, and I was just, guy will come like almost every day, and then I would just learn what I could learn, and that's what I continue to apply, and that's what I'm still applying till
Yeah,
today.
the knowledge stays.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. So what are the ways, from your experience thus far, what are the ways you see that producers make money?
So I mean, there are obviously like your publishing, sync opportunities, mechanicals, and all of that. But another one is, you need to make a hit song. You need to make a hit song. If you
Man.
make a hit song, make a smash, bro, money will come.
Yeah.
You will see money, you see
Yeah.
jobs. So it's now left to you to decide what kind of jobs you want to accept, or who you want to work
and
with.
when you start having your hits.
Yeah,
right?
and when you start having your hits. So yeah.
But then there's a whole work, right? Before
there is a whole plenty. The work is plenty. You need to have that song to make it all worthwhile.
That's true. That's true. Man, now that you talked about you said something about the studio, right? You started as an analog producer, of course. The grind, like the real one. But when you switched into the digital audio workstation, which one did you start with?
Cakewalk. Do you know what that is? Cakewalk.
I only heard about Cakewalk from my dance teacher because I used to dance too before I switched into music production. He used to use Cakewalk in someone else's studio. The only time I knew what Cakewalk was in the conversations of what Cakewalk is. I started with the Fruity Loops era. So it's Cakewalk.
Cakewalk.
Okay.
Cakewalk. But I used Cakewalk for say about 6 months. And then I think Cakewalk kind of like evolved into Sonar. Yeah.
Oh, is it the same company?
Yes.
The same company?
Yeah.
Oh,
so because
wow.
it was, when I started using Sonar, it was Sonar Cakewalk. Or Cakewalk Sonar. One of them,
Oh,
yeah,
I
Sonar
see.
Cakewalk.
Sort of like Noendo and Cubase.
Cubase,
Oh,
but it was Cakewalk and then Sonar. But after like 6 months, I now got the Sonar 4. So I started with Sonar 4.
Oh, okay.
And I did Sonar 4 into Sonar 5, Sonar 6.
So which
Sonar
one
7.
do you use now?
I use FL and Logic.
Okay, FL and Logic.
Yeah, FL and Logic. So I record with my Logic, I make my beats with FL.
Oh, nice. So, what is it like working with Ladipoe, Ayra Starr, Rema, your guys then? Crayon.
I mean, first of all, it's cool. Like, it's just I have an understanding with them, like individually. I mean, first of all, they are all different artists and they have like their own different personalities and approach to their creative approach, like in the studio. So first of all, I understand each of them individually.
Yeah.
For Ladipoe is pretty chilled in the studio. Same thing with Crayon. All of them. For Rema, so me and Rema would bring out more in you as a creative.
That's dope. So your hit songs, right? Which was the first one? Which was the major one that actually?
The one that changed everything was Feeling.
Was Feelings, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel when Feelings came out?
It felt good. It
So
felt
like
good.
the way you're feeling now,
Bro,
right?
I love it. It felt good. You know when you said, like, it was when I said that, you need to have that one song to make everything feel.
It was Feeling.
It was Feeling.
Yeah.
When that happened, I knew. In fact, when we made that song, I had this feeling in me that
This has to be.
this has to be it. Like, this is going to do something for me. I didn't know how much, but like, I just knew this was going to do something for me.
So you've produced, from 2020, right?
Yeah.
How many hits? Like how many major hits do you have right now?
About 6.
6 of them.
Yeah.
And when I say major, guys, I mean major hits, guys. So we have Feeling
Yeah.
by Ladipoe featuring Benson. We have
Running.
Ladipoe featuring Fireboy. We have Ayra Starr, Rush. We have
Mavin's One
Then
More.
we have the
Calm Down.
Grandmaster. Calm Down.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Calm Down, right?
Yeah.
So how did that happen in the studio? Was it like
Bro, it's divine.
Yeah.
That was divine
inspiration,
divine moment, divine anything from God. Because that song, I don't know.
So
I know that I made that beat.
Bro, that beat has some country vibe to it.
Yes.
and then he has Afrobeat. Waiting carry you go that side.
Bro, now the way I did think normally, that's how I think normally. I like to experiment a lot. I like to play around with sounds. So if I hear something, sometimes I might even be making the beat like the normal way every other person will make it, and then along the line I just pause and listen. I'm like, it's nice, but it's not giving. It's not giving. Yeah, and then I'll just go back. Sometimes it comes instantly. Sometimes I have to take my time
That's true.
and come back to it. Sometimes it takes months. I'll keep playing it and playing it and play it until it enters, it clicks. But for Calm Down, the day I made that beat was the day I figured, like, I don't know, that day I remember that I can remember that day. I was in the studio. I woke up because this time I was in Mavin. I used to sleep in the studio because I couldn't go back to the house. Yeah, because I was staying with my friend on the mainland. So I just stayed in the studio like every day. So I'll work. If I'm not recording, then I'm making beats. I'm in the studio. If I'm not making beats, I'm watching like videos, tutorials or stuff on YouTube just to,
Yeah.
I remember that day I woke up in the morning, went to brush and look for food to eat, came back to the studio, I sat down, and I just started messing around with the sounds. And I got that like guitar loop, but it was different. Like it didn't sound the way it sounded. Like it was like a lower octave and deep. It's actually like a bass guitar.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they played it like it's like an acoustic lead, and I pitched it up, then chopped it up, and then it was sounding else. I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Because if you leave the guitar alone, it sounds like a country.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. But then I hear Afrobeat to it. I'm like, what?
So then I
Maybe
just
simple, but that's genius.
Yeah,
like you guys have no idea.
and
how
then I
genius that
increased the tempo. So it was when I increased the tempo that the Afro idea just came. It was like, okay, make I just like, so I put the drums on it, and it's like, this is cool, sha. And then I added like the bass. The bass is not even normal bass. It's just bum 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 bum. And then I added that. I was like, okay, now I like this. But that bass line came. The sound had already come from Feeling. It's the same sound I use in Feeling. That boom boom. So when I was making, because I was experimenting with that sound a lot, because I liked to feel, I was like, nah, with this Feeling stuff, I need to make this thing like a signature thing. So I've actually put in a lot of songs. Yeah, some of them I don't make them very obvious, but it's there. So yeah, I was still experimenting a lot with that sound, so I just put it, and it made sense. And then I just added some few things. I was like, I don't want to play too many things. I just added some few things, and I left it there. So I probably had that beat for close to like 4 or 5 months before I played it for Rema.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and when Rema heard it, he just like clicked immediately.
Wow. So when you started, Sha, Omah, did you say like there was an artist you wished you wanted to work with? Like you, now back to you and the Vibez.
Yes. I always wanted to work with Subaba.
Two-Face.
Yes.
So how far?
I have in a way, but not the way I want.
Yeah.
But and this even happened like as at 2014 with my dad. My dad's album. My dad had like a management P with Hyper. Yeah. So there's one. Two-Face did one, but my dad also like he also had a song. And so that period, like I worked on my dad's album. I actually produced like 90% of the album. So that's when I actually got to meet Two-Face for the first time, and then I also like did some recordings for Two-Face's album that he dropped that time. It was 2014. Yeah, I recorded some songs too.
Omah.
I know we'll work.
Definitely,
Yeah, we'll work. And then I was trying to. So I almost worked with Jags.
Jagu.
Yeah, because we were cool. We used to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's Jesse Jags.
Jesse Jags. Yeah. We used to talk. We used to talk. I even came to Lagos. The first time, no, not the first time, but I came to Lagos. This was in 2010, just around the same time where Dad Green died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I met Jags in the house at Obanikoro.
Yeah.
Obanikoro. And then we went to the studio. I remember I went to the studio together in Surulere. Forgotten person that owned the studio. But he had a session with Tosin Martins. And yeah, after that session, I followed him. I went with him to Sound City for an interview. In phase one. That time phase one was still very still under construction. Yeah. I before we got to phase one, we stopped at Galleria, Silverback Galleria. Because we took like a yellow and black taxi cab from Surulere to Galleria, and then Ice Prince was waiting there in his green Honda Baby Boy, and then he was the one who drove us to like Sound City. So we're meant to work, because that time I was still actively an artist.
Okay.
You know? And but stuff what even happened again. I know Jack just dropped his album that period.
Yeah.
So
There was
many
a lot
things,
going
a
on.
lot
Yeah,
going on,
that's
and
true.
me, I was in school, I was in Benin.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
So I just relaxed, and then a lot was happening for me at that time too. So
Wow.
I didn't follow up. So it was supposed to be Jesse Jags, General Pipe, but me and Pipe have worked after.
Okay, afterwards you guys worked.
Mhm.
How's Pipe doing?
It's good.
You guys
Still,
communicate?
Yeah, he called me like less than 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what before Feelings, right? You met Don Jazzy.
Yes.
I'm asking this to ask, what was the turning point in your career? Feelings was the outbreak.
Yeah,
What was
but
the turning point in your career?
it was still in that 2020. It was Omah Lay's
Oh yeah, you worked with Omah Lay.
yeah,
What song?
it's supposed to be yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Guys.
Yeah, but on that one I didn't have a tag, because I didn't have a tag yet. It
At
was
the time,
after
oh,
it was
yeah.
after that song dropped. I was like, okay, I need to
your tag,
get my tag. Yeah, so it was that song that kind of like just set the ball rolling properly. I think when it dropped, I started having like eyes, like the people that matter, like their eyes paid attention to me. You see someone looking on your page, you're just like, you say, okay. Yeah, and then I started to see small change proper.
Abby?
Yeah, from there. Yeah.
So like is there any international artists you're working with right now?
I'm
Would you
working.
like to disclose?
I can't disclose. I can't disclose now. But I'm working with like about 2, and I'm having conversations with like a couple others. So we'll see how it goes.
Nice. So
Or one day, normal, it will happen.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So is there any collaboration you have right now with Jazzy, Don Jazzy?
No.
Is there anyone in the works?
I'm sure something would happen this year, because I really want something to happen. I know he has sent me like a couple of stuff that he sent me, like a melody, something that he played, but there are no drums or anything, and I heard it and I liked it. But you know how this work is, sometimes you say, I want to work on this, and then so many things just happen, and
true.
but every now and then I always remember, and I'm like, I think I need to, would definitely work.
That's
Yes.
dope. So do you have plans to put out like your own singles, even as a producer?
Yes, this year.
This year, definitely.
This year, yeah, there's
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
We're already working on that this year. But I think I'll just put that out first, like a producer project, something, and then I still would, go back to just recording.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
like
that's
probably from next year, maybe out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So do you have publishing?
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Is it a Mavin thing that made it happen, or before Mavin you actually started working on the publishing?
I already had a publisher, like I had my publishing before I joined Mavin, but I had my publishing.
Okay.
It was, I think, when the Omah Lay's project dropped, I, got my publishing, but then I changed
Jade Publisher.
yeah, last year officially.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was using something IMRO, Irish music.
Oh, okay.
So I changed because it would not be in my favor if I kept using that.
True.
Yeah, so I had to use like the major guys.
So for the sake of the young producers, right, that are watching right now, would you recommend they get publishing?
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Bro, you never know when. Just have it. Just have it. Because when you click, you don't want to be running around and rushing and you're trying to figure stuff out. Because, bro, there's a lot of money. If you're actually making money, there's money in publishing, bro. You need to secure yourself. You don't wait till you now things start popping before you now start trying. Because you might do stuff in a rush and not make the right decision. Just because you want to,
That's
so
true.
this is the best time. If you're still coming, make your research, get a lawyer, very important. Very important. Get a lawyer, an entertainment lawyer, and they will guide you, they will help you. And that's what money you pay. The money that you spend compared to when you have, it will save you a lot. It will save you a lot, trust me. Yeah,
So in your experience so far, obviously you've made mistakes. Normal, we all make mistakes, right? But what major mistakes wouldn't wish on other producers coming up? Like if you could just cite one or two. Yeah, I felt the deep breath. You have to just skip through the mistakes to know which one. Yeah.
I think first off, I'll say, my mistake is unique to me.
Yeah.
So the kind of mistake I'll make won't be the kind of mistake you'll make. But the one thing I'll say is trust your instincts. But especially if you know you're a very intuitive person, trust your instincts all the time. If your mind is telling you do this, don't go and do that because you feel like that's what's popular.
Yeah, true.
Because most times it won't work out for you.
That's true.
It won't work out for you. Because I've always believed in what I have.
Yeah.
Right? I've always believed in it. But there are a few times where I'm like, okay, these people are not ready. Let me do it this way.
Exactly.
And then it would not work out. And every time I come back to do it the original way,
it always works out.
Yeah, it always works out.
Man.
Right? And then and another mistake I made was, it wasn't really my fault. The knowledge wasn't out there as much as it is now. Yeah, because when we started, there was no social media, it wasn't even a thing, so, and then there was no YouTube to even go. In fact, YouTube started becoming more of a thing later. Now you can go on YouTube and check for anything and learn, you Google stuff. But back then you had to learn on the street, learn from your peak, or just try and fail until you figure it out. So I wish I knew the business as much as I knew earlier on and now. And then,
man, talking about the business, right? Your business relationship with Mavin, right, is pretty unusual. This is what I mean. Like, there's a whole thing of branding the producers, songwriters that we saw. It trended at some point in Nigeria. Is it a management deal or?
No, it's a 360.
A 360 deal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
360.
So if you release music as a producer, it's under Mavin?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
That's dope.
So I have a 360 deal as a record producer, and then I have a publishing deal with them too.
So is there any young artists you're working with, upcoming artists that you would like us to look out for?
Not right now. I'm actually like, I'm looking, I'm searching, but I'm sure I met somebody a few days ago, but we've not started anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking around.
Okay. So it's only natural that many times we get into misunderstandings with artists.
I hardly have any misunderstandings with people. I don't think I've not really had misunderstanding with any artist. I've had with the people who were trying to sponsor them, their label, or the people who claim to sign them. Yeah, I just always knew that they were just all talks, nothing, no action. So, but what I used to do is I just walk away. I walk away. I don't even talk. I just walk away when I know that, okay, this thing's not going anywhere. I feel like I'm wasting my time. I only had an issue with one guy because we had an agreement. This was sometime around 2017. I was still trying to, like, just figure things out. And they assigned my guy, and this guy, we've actually made like a hit before, like back in Benin in Salsa. His song was like the biggest thing. In fact, it was that song, the guy I'm talking about, he was the one I worked with, made a hit with him that made the brand, the person Andre Vibes, like that's where that name just started to come up here. So I had belief, like, strong belief in his music, in his career. So I was like, yeah, I'm down. So when he told me they signed him, that they want to sign him, I was like, I'm not signing with anybody. And I never really wanted to sign with anybody. I just never liked it. So like, I'm not signing with anybody. What I can do is I will make your music for you. We'll get in the studio. Yeah. I know I don't have equipment. I don't have anything. So the agreement, whatever I'm going to do with them is provide this stuff, provide it for me. Buy these things for me. I'll work with it. I'll make music for your artist as much. And that's what we're doing. Even at the time, the artist was living with me in my BQ. Living with me in my BQ, and we're making music. And then only for this. Okay, so I now got a job. I got a job in 9 to 5 into 2018. January 2018, I got that job. And
where?
I was working in CMA, Sound City.
Okay.
Yeah. As a radio producer.
As a production executive.
A radio producer.
Radio producer,
like, yeah,
right?
Radio
Okay,
producer,
okay.
Yeah. So you just produce like all these shows and countdowns and do like liners and jingles and all of that. Yeah. So I got the job. And the funny thing is I didn't look for a job. The job just came to me. But I thought it would be wise to take it, and
What year was this? 2018.
This was
right?
2018.
Did I meet you in Sound City?
I don't know.
I think I've seen you in Sound City. I met you in Sound City once now. I came to meet Valo.
Maybe.
Valentine, right?
Yeah,
In 2018,
yeah.
right?
So me and Valentine were around the same.
Yeah,
Our office
exactly.
was just
Close by, right?
Yeah, close by.
Because
Just the same building,
compound,
the same space.
Because I remember.
He was
I
just
remember.
in front.
Yeah.
Me, my own was inside.
At the back,
like
where
the main-
Milo used to be, right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so the job came. I took it because I thought it would be a good move for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to understand how media radio works,
yeah.
and then I'm also going to like build some network. Maybe that would be like a place for me to get to meet artists and have their contact and all of that. So I took it. And I thought it was a good thing because I was working with this guy. So if I did inside, at least I go fit plug your stuff. I got this job. I don't know how the man was saying, because the man was in Nigeria. He started feeling some type of way, saying that I won't have time for. I'm like, what do you mean I won't have time for the artist? Your artist lives with me in the house. We're working with. Before this job came, I've already made plenty songs for you guys. You've not even dropped one yet. I'm still going to work. Anytime I come back from work, we're still going to create. If I go to work, I'll give him beats. He should write before I come back. If he has written, I'll record. So it was like, okay. So he now told me something like, maybe I should find another producer that will be assisting me. I was like, why do I need another producer? Like, another producer that will come to my house. I don't even have space. It was a small room, like this room, very small. And I like, no problem. I just didn't want to argue and talk too much. And then he calls me like 2 days after. And it's like, oh, there's one guy that will come to my house and come and work with the artist. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I used to go with the laptop because it was supposed to be my thing. I was like, I used to go to the laptop. So then it only made sense that I go with it, because if I get inspired, I would also make something and send. This man told me that I should leave the laptop in the house so that when that person comes, it first started like that. So I was like, okay, no problem. I left it. I mean, I know they like dragging to anybody. And then it got to a point, he now said, oh, he had rented a house that they will have to move the equipment. I was like, wait, what do you mean? I don't understand. So when they were renting a house, it was supposed to be for everybody, me included. But the way the girl was behaving, I already knew that if I leave my place and go to this person's place where he has control. The way he's already doing this, I won't like it. And
that's true.
Nobody's going to disrespect me. Where I come from, as in, I've always been my person right from time, so I'm not going to move. So I just told my guys that I'm not going anywhere. So he was now saying, oh, they would take the things back. No, one night he sent his younger brother and they came to carry the stuff. So I called him, I was like, I don't understand. Me and you had an agreement. You're, going back on the agreement that we had. And he was telling me something like, that it's for him, it's for his label, it's for this. I was like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. I said, no, voila, they can come and carry it. So they took it. Then there was this headphones that he bought because he came to Nigeria December 2017. So he bought these headphones, Bluetooth headphones, and I liked it. So I asked him, I was like, I like these headphones, Omah. This is it. He was like, no, I'll take them now. So he gave it to me.
This was before he started his mind started changing.
So he gave it to me. So the headphone was my headphone because he gave it to me. Do you know, I was at the office when my guy called to say, Omah, you don't understand this is boss, but the guy said that I should return the headphones. I was like, I just smiled.
Return the gift.
Yeah, I just smiled. I said, no problem. I just told my guy, I say, see what in the happen like this. Now, everything what they do don't handle, because I'm not going to pretend and act like.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no wahala. So I gave the headphones back, and that was it. And then the guy was now telling. So me and I told him, okay, everything I've done, pay for it. Now if you carry the equipment, pay for my stuff. He was telling me, he was talking rubbish. So I told him, like, don't try it. I don't want to hear my stuff outside. Like, don't try. Like, the only person that will suffer is your artist, which is my guy, but, and he was the one who suffered for it at the end of the day. Even sometime in 2019, Mark came back. He was not trying to talk to me, to tell me that, we can, talk about this whole thing.
Figure
it out. I was like, okay, I'll listen to you. So I went to meet him, and then, because I told him the only way this thing can move is if you pay for all the work I've done from before, and then moving forward, we would have to, you sign like splits and whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
And you pay me, an advance for every song I make. So everything I make, you pay for that time and everything. So the man said that anything that we've done in the past is in the past, that is not doing, that is moving forward. And even as we're moving forward, that is not paying, he cannot pay any producer any money, that he can only give them percentage. As we were just talking, I just picked my bag, stood up and left. And that was it. Like I just said, like, oh, you know what, this guy, I'm not ready for this.
Goodness. And this is the importance of actually learning the business.
Yeah.
Because you had knowledge about the business. That's why it wasn't easy for you. Because there's experience. These are the things that we don't want younger people to experience. You get. So that's the reason why we're asking this kind of question. You get. So on that note, CSR, giving back to the community. Do you have plans to training or anything?
Yes, I haven't figured it out yet. I have an idea of the things I want to do. I just know that I want to create like a platform where I can have, especially producers, to get some kind of mentorship from more established producers. Yeah, so I've not figured exactly how I want to do it, but I'm going to do that. And then I have this thing that I also want to do, is like a travel documentary of some sorts, where I just move around and discover new talents and see how I can put them on.
Wow, man, that's actually cool. So how can people reach you for business? I know you say you actually select who you work with. It's very natural, because at this stage,
you can send an email to publishing@mavinrecords.com.
Okay, so it's through Mavin, your management, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the management.
You can DM me too, but I go filter. I'll filter, but yes, DM me. at Andre Vibez, AndreVibez on Instagram, and on Twitter is AndreEVibez_
Okay.
on Twitter. Yeah.
You heard it. So aside being Andre Vibez, what else do you do?
Many things. I'm a fine artist. I'm a sculptor. I paint. I draw.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually,
Yeah, I do metal design. I can weld. Like it's everything like encompassed. And I am very, very. I have like a lot of interest in fashion. Actually, like it's something I'm going to invest in pretty soon.
Yeah.
Maybe put out like I have a clothing brand that I'm working on. So when it's ready,
we'll get to see it.
Yeah, we'll get to see it.
You heard it here first. When it's ready, you get to see it. And so what advice do you have now for like young producers coming up, or just music producers generally?
Just work and educate yourself. Simple. Educate yourself. The knowledge is there for you. Anything you want to, anything you're trying to know, any knowledge you're trying to get, bro, it's on Google. Go on Google, type whatever question, it's there, you'll see it. Go on YouTube if you need to watch videos or you need to learn anything. You don't have to wait for one person to come and teach you anything. Go on YouTube, everything that you want is there, and just keep educating yourself. It's not only music, like you could learn stuff, because I watch documentaries on anything, on any topic, and somehow I've found out that I've been able to apply some of those knowledge into the music that I make. I don't know how I do it, but like you know stuff. Sometimes it might be in songwriting, you're in the studio with an artist and they are talking about something or singing about something, and you know that they are not knowledgeable about this thing, but I know about this thing and I can correct you and this thing that you said or you wrote, it shouldn't be like this, it should be this other way. So all this knowledge, they come into play at different times. So
very true.
Yeah, educate yourself. And keep working. If you're already producing, keep working, keep practicing, keep making those beats. And
yeah, that's what's up. We've come to the end of this episode of We Should Record This podcast. Man, it's been an amazing time with Andre Vibez. So drop in the comment who you would like to see next and tell me what your take is on this episode, man. See you guys next time. Peace.